Hello.
Toilet.
Hi, Sid. Hi, Kelly.
Hi. We're having technical difficulties today. Sid and I were up partying like rock stars for Father's Day.
Oh, I know it. I was there too, remember? You probably don't remember, but I was running around in my cardboard tube after a certain point in the evening.
You know what? That sounds exactly like Sid last night.
What? We both got piss drunk, so we got hangovers.
For me, it's better than being pissed on. But anyway, this is a family show.
So, do you have little stinkers running around your house, Toily?
No, I mean, I have a dog, and I have to clean up his poop, so it's like being at work. But I just have my dog.
I can't say pissed, and you're saying poop.
I didn't say you can't say piss. I never. This is your show. You want to say piss? You say
Oh,
piss.
come on! Stop screaming at me. You know how sensitive I am.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
And the reason I'm not on camera, everybody, totally stay on for a few minutes.
Okay.
Is I got to tell you something. When I was a kid, in vaudeville, my dad always never allowed me to miss a show. And you know how kids have whooping cough and measles and all kinds of shit, and he would make me go on. I honestly think he did that because he wanted the money. Yeah, because the first job I had, I was too young to work in this nightclub in New Jersey, 15 or 14. I'm working in a nightclub where you had to be 18 or 21, and they hid me in the kitchen. So anyway, the reason he didn't want me, he wanted me to do that job because we were getting $60 for the whole week, 2 shows a night.
Which was a lot of money.
That was like millionaires.
Yeah, holy.
Yeah.
I dream of $60 even today. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, you can just about get chewing gum, right?
Yes.
For $60.
So for those of you who usually watch our show and Sid's the one on camera and I'm off camera talking, today, voila, it is the opposite.
And I gotta tell you why.
And I look haggard because our makeup artist didn't show up for Sid today, which is why he's off camera.
No, don't lie.
But it's Father's Day, and he didn't want to miss the show,
Right.
so we're still gonna play.
Yeah.
So, but yes. So, Toily, happy fur baby Father's Day. Pet the
Thank
pup.
you.
And all you fathers out there, get a real great question to ask.
There we go.
us.
So we'll still be doing questions.
And of course, all the fans.
There you go.
Fathers, the moms, even the little kids that are watching. So I do have to be careful and not.
Toily is not a marshmallow. Toily is a roll of toilet paper, which every father on Father's Day should be getting with a bow.
Yeah, I'm right next to Dad's favorite chair, the toilet.
See?
Hey, Toily. Well, I know somebody that has a toilet paper. When you put it on that ring, that little wooden ring, what do you call that?
What is that called?
The holder?
The holder. And when you roll a piece of the toilet paper off, it plays a tune. Do you know about that?
I think I've seen those. Yes, I think I've seen those.
Yankee Doodle Dandy, or
that is a weird one to play.
Yankee Doodle Dandy.
Oh my God! Is anybody?
No, 3 people.
I always ask you.
So, Toily, thank you so much. Have a very happy.
We have a gong here because I know you are without gong.
Yes, we don't have our gong.
My assistant Mary Bell's right here. We will hit the gong and we will send you on your way. Happy Father's Day. Happy Grandfather of Puppetry Day. And Mary Bell, take it away.
Thank you.
Isn't Toily the best?
Yes.
Oh my God, I love him so much.
Toilet is the best. Thanks, you guys, for joining us today. Today was supposed to be a super special day. And of course, Sid ended up partying it up all last night and not feeling well today. So as of right now, thank you guys for those who were here during Toily's intro. Thank you for being here during Sid's. We are doing a very unusual Sundays with Sid.
Where did you find that white wall in my house?
Isn't that beautiful?
I don't have a white wall.
We're on vacation. We are currently on vacation somewhere very lovely. People come in and feed us.
No, tell me, is somebody watching?
We have 3 people watching.
Tell me 3 people.
Hi, this is Kelly. For those of you who don't know, because you never see my face, yes, Sid is good. He's not feeling well, but he is doing a lot better. But for Father's Day, obviously, he did not want to miss a show because, as he says, we never miss a show. And we were in the midst of figuring out how we were going to do this today. And here you are. You get me and Sid sitting next to me. So it's like our normal show, except Sid plays Kelly today. Happy Father's Day to everybody who's out there. And anybody who has any questions, did he barf from drinking? Yes, that's it.
No. No. I wish I just had a joint instead.
Oh, God. I would throw up. Okay.
Oh, and what about tonight at 8 o'clock on CNN, a show about magic mushrooms?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so hi, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Sid is sitting next to me. Today was supposed to be, you guys ask any questions you want from Sid. Unfortunately, Sid is not able to be on camera today, but he is sitting next to me.
Well, I'm in my bathrobe, and and just to get dressed and makeup and hair.
And have you seen my lovely hair for today?
And all that stuff that you got to go through, Oh my God.
I will say this. I want to give a huge thank you to all the dads out there who watch and who listen every Sunday. I know we came on late today because that's just how things have been going.
Let me tell you about when I was a kid. My mom I had 3 brothers, and my mom used to give us a whole $1 and told us every year to go find the most beautiful tie to give our dad. And, that was a big deal because everybody wore a tie and a suit in those days.
How much was a tie back then?
Oh, well, 50 cents, but I got a $1 one. You can imagine how beautiful they were. And so they weren't the, I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Can't think of the brand. Okay, so anyway.
I don't think I've ever worn a tie around my neck. We used to get ties and sew them together and make skirts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, that would be interesting.
That's the only tie.
Okay, and then on Mother's Day, our dad would give us a buck, same thing, and we got our mom the most beautiful bottle of perfume every year.
Did it smell like crap because the bottle was just super pretty?
Oh, no, that was like from France. Yeah. And it was like
hand painted silk, probably. Okay.
Who was the famous woman? Oh my God! Wait, in France,
Now you get to see the faces I make every time Sid says something.
God,
I'm just
I can't think of her name.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Who was the most famous?
They wore a lot of perfume.
Well, because everybody probably didn't smell great back then.
Do you think?
Ugh. Anybody want to think about what it smelled like way back when people didn't wear deodorant? Can I go live with you and sit on Instagram?
Marie Antoinette.
You knew her?
No. No, but I know the women wore these huge wigs and rats used to
Oh my goodness.
Build their nests in the wigs because they used a lot of lard.
Catherine Deneuve?
No, Marie Antoinette.
That's like so old.
Yeah.
I didn't shave yet today. If it makes you feel any better, so my puppets look better than me.
That's another thing. I didn't shave.
Yeah. Well, look, you get the real us today, I guess, because we're sitting here. So last night, Sid and I were sitting talking, and we were trying to figure out how the show goes on, because as you guys all know, who have been here, who have been part of our show for all these years, you know that no matter what has happened, we've had COVID, we've had family members pass, we've had people get sick. I was sick.
What about my animals?
His animals passed away. We've had a lot of things that have happened over the last 3 years. And every Sunday, if it's not, one of the most interesting things that Sid has taught me is that the show must go on. And so last night we were sitting and talking, and the discussion literally was, is this going to be the first time we don't have a show on Sunday? And we sat down this morning and said, okay, let's figure this out. And I said, worst case scenario, you guys get me and Sid will talk off camera. And so right now, that is exactly what's going on. I'm here in the front and Sid is over here to the side. But of course, we were up partying like rock stars. We had about 3 hours of sleep last night. And so both of us are worse for wear. So here we are.
But people want to look at a beautiful woman, not an old
Not
man.
me.
Not an old, next month I'm going to be 94. What are they?
Oh, let's put you in drag. We can make you look like a beautiful woman.
Oh my God.
That would be so much fun.
That would be frightening.
That'd be amazing.
No.
We could have
First
a drag
you wanted
day.
me in
a Speedo. We could do drag day in a Speedo. That would be so much fun.
Oh, Kelly, you need to see a doctor.
I do.
Oh my God.
I do need to see a doctor.
Okay.
Okay. Courtney wants. Okay. I will add you in, Courtney. Please, whatever you're showing me, family friendly. Family friendly.
No, why? No, who cares?
What? I don't want to say hi.
Hello, Kelly. I am a big fan of Sid.
Oh.
He's right here.
So much. No, you don't want to see what I look like. Next week I'll be on and I'll buy. Guess what? I'll buy a new shirt.
Oh, he's gonna get a new shirt.
I mean, aren't you tired of looking at my hoodie?
So what do you have? What do you have to show us?
This is my little friend.
Oh, that's cool. Where does that come from?
Press your luck. His name is Whammy.
That's cool.
What a great name.
So,
how long have you had him?
I've had him since 2021.
Let's see him again.
Hello.
He's cool.
Thanks, Kelly.
Oh, well, thanks for sharing him with us.
You're welcome.
Do you have a question? Yeah.
Whammy's got to have a question.
Well, do you have a question for Sid?
Yes. Sid, how long have you been doing HR Puffin stuff?
How long did you do HR Puffin stuff for?
Well, it's still on somewhere in the world. I mean, the first show went on in '69, and then it kept playing. We only made 17 of them, and nobody can believe that. And they kept repeating them and repeating them and they still hold up. Gee, I just looked at one the other day. I couldn't believe it. It's 2 years ago
Older
that
than
it was for $56,000 an episode.
Wow, I don't know what I could do for that. All right. Thank you so much for your question today.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us. And we're going to do this. Don't worry. We will do this again. You can talk to Sid again as soon as he's feeling better and we get him a great makeup artist.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I need
Say bye, Sean.
Bye.
a bucket
Bye.
of Kelly, a bucket of putty.
You need a bucket of putty? Oh, I need help. It's funny because I actually work with a lot of hairstylists and I am a mess. This is a mess.
It is not.
This is a mess.
It's the style.
It is the style. This is the overtired mommy style. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Dave, I need a show too. Holy crap-a-moly. My shows would be nuts.
Nuts?
Nuts.
Oh, perfect. I mean, the world is nuts.
The world is nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be a big hit. Do it.
Cement mixer, putty putty, Liberace song.
You know that I toured with him almost 2 years. It was the best.
Did you do his makeup or did he do yours?
He does his own. Liberace was the trip to end all trip.
Sid, did you ever find true love? True love.
Of course, we all have, but that's a personal,
That's what life is for, is to talk personal. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, the reality is you are going to be 94 in just a few weeks.
Oh.
That's a long ass time.
So I've done a lot of
I don't
crazy
need to
things
know your
in
personal
my
life. I don't. But I mean, realistically, you could have been in love, air quotes, with hundreds of people.
Hundreds.
And they could all be deceased and you wouldn't even have to say anything.
No, yeah, there's a couple I could mention that are gone. Yeah.
Okay,
but,
who?
No.
Who?
I still have families.
You just said you could mention. We all have families.
And, I mean, look at this.
I'm all ears.
Yeah,
I'm all ears.
Look at me, an alcoholic.
You're an alcoholic?
No.
I hope you feel better, Sid. I'm sending prayers your way, positive vibes. Thank you, Ochoa Boys fan forever. Is Sid married to his craft? Sid is married to his art. So there you go. Yes. Kelly's Nut Show. Actually, that is funny. I could have a nut show.
I've worked my whole life since I was 10 years old. I got to travel all over the world, and I got paid for it. And I saw the most incredible sights, I even performed in Egypt, in Cairo, in Beirut. I went to countries that my agent in London, the William Morris office in London, after I closed at the Lido in Paris, they put a map, sent me a map, and they said, just put a mark on everywhere you want to go, because all the countries.
Did you have to travel with an interpreter?
No. I, phonetically learned how to speak French. And when I went to Spain, I learned how to order, what was it? Orange juice. That's all. Those were the few things that I could order in the morning, because I did speak French badly. And,
and you still do.
Well, I learned to speak it phonetically.
Joseph Jasso says hi.
Wow, Joseph.
We miss you.
Yeah, we really do.
So you need to come and say hi.
Thank you so much for watching.
Okay. Let me see.
And don't have pity for me.
Have lots of pity for him.
No, because I'm not on camera.
We started, okay, so some of you guys don't know, Sid and I started on Saturdays I'm a mess. I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize. I'm always a mess. I always look like this. We started on Saturdays actually doing the filmings of our paintings. And yesterday we were even debating, like, do we do that? Do we not? But anyway, we do on Saturdays now, and it's not at a specific time. We are not making it another show. But we have been recording, doing our paintings.
And we planted, Kelly planted.
Yes.
Did they still find the one?
I don't know. I know that 2 were found,
Yeah.
and I have not gone and looked to see, but I'm pretty sure it got found, which is great. Okay. Wait. Oh, Project Wish Upon a Star. Hi, you guys. We miss you too.
Well, hi.
And yes, the Sid and Kelly Humor Hour. That is what I was getting at. Is you have to apologize. Sid and I have had 3 hours of sleep, so we're a loopity. But yeah, on Saturdays.
You know those big Hollywood parties.
True, very true. They give you lots of drugs.
No,
fluids.
There weren't any drugs. It's just they kept
poking
you
at you.
And,
But yeah, on Saturday we're much more loosey goosey, and we
I was
banter.
I was playing in Beirut, and there was a big party at the American. What does every country have? Of every country, a building, consulate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there was a huge party, and there was a stripper. Her name was Miss Pamela. Oh my God. The best act I'd ever worked with. She traveled with a woman that made her costumes out of crepe paper. And she would rip each show.
So is this what I need to do for you? I need to start making you costumes out of crepe paper. You could be the crazy man. You could be like ripping it off.
No, and she ripped it in pieces, and she used like this beautiful chaise lounge, as a sort of a sex object. And she kept putting all the pieces of this gown, and at the end she rolled them all up in a big ball, and she opened it up, and it was a huge rose.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No.
She made a huge ball, and she opened it up, and it was a huge rose.
And we went, I took her, she was beautiful, the most beautiful woman on the planet.
Wait, you guys don't
and
see?
The Arabs went nuts over her.
I bet.
And well, anyway.
Sid talks with his hands a lot. But you don't see that on our Sunday shows because he's always like, don't show my hands. But he talks with his hands a lot.
Okay, so.
I get the finger a lot. Too,
I took her to this, it was a cocktail party, champagne, and they gave us, I don't drink until last night. Okay. And they
he has a glass in his hand right now.
And I have a glass in my hand of champagne.
And
all the men are surrounding her, talking to her, and I'm talking to whoever. And there was a huge earthquake. And you could see over all of Beirut these big, big windows with red velvet drapes. And everybody went flying to the other side of the room, and I grabbed onto one of the drapes, and I'm swinging, looking over the city like Tarzan, watching the whole city, because that city is...
All I'm thinking is I'm sitting next to a window. Hope we don't have an earthquake. Disney Pack Handlers 76 wants to know, do you collect or listen to vinyl records?
Oh, yeah, of course. I've got a huge, huge, huge collection. Because I used to put the puppet shows together with, well, we call them records then, not vinyl,
Yeah. Okay. Marty Party of 6 sending best wishes to you. Marty Party of 6 is sending best wishes to you.
Really? And every time I say, "Oh my God, you have a shot?"
Yes.
Is that the party?
I hope so.
So
everyone
good.
is always funnier when they don't get any sleep. If you only knew. If you only knew. I had zero sleep. I got home this morning at 9:30 in the morning. I had been up more than 24 hours, and I slept for 3 hours, and I didn't know what time it was. I didn't know what day it was. I woke up in a complete and utter panic, and my 5-year-old was sitting on it because I was on the floor in the living room. Because there you go. That's what happens when you stay up all night. You end up on the floor in your living room. And my kid was on the couch here, and he just looks down and he's like, "Oh, you're here." And I was like, "Yep, I am now, little one." So, but yeah.
I had an hour.
You had an hour, and then you had an hour and a half. He's had about as much sleep as I have. Okay.
I feel like shit.
You're welcome. I look it. He feels it. We're doing our.
Come on, hit me with a
God.
crazy question.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask me a question.
Now you get to see my face when he says these things on camera.
You've heard this before, but we get a lot of new people every week.
I know, it's been crazy.
Yeah.
Kitty Gunn wants to know, if you had a fire, what's the one thing you'd grab? Animals and Kelly don't count.
Oh, definitely my animals. I'm sorry.
Is that it? She said animals and Kelly don't count. What would you grab? What would you grab out of your house? House is on fire. You grab one thing.
There's too much shit in my house. Probably the extension wire or something. Something stupid. I wouldn't know what to take. I've been always thinking about it, yeah. Because my house is all wood.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's all built out of now it's over 100 years old. 2 65-year-old barns that I tore down near Bakersfield. And the woman wanted them torn down, and she would give us all the wood, right? I gave her $300 because I just couldn't not give her something.
Sid, what are you liking on TV these days? What shows?
I love 60 Minutes. You know, I don't miss 60 Minutes.
You know, you don't miss Bill Maher either.
And Bill Maher.
So I would come in at night to Sid's house on Friday nights after work. I would go to Sid's house, and I'd walk in, and he'd be like, "Shh, don't talk. He's on the TV." So it started out with, "This is your boyfriend. Fine, I'll leave you alone while you listen to your boyfriend." So that's been years. So now I walk in, he goes, "Stop it, my boyfriend's on TV." Oh, so yes, that's a funny one. Okay, what is your favorite color?
Oh, red.
There you go.
And my numbers, 3, 6, and 9.
3, 6, and 9. Oh, that's an interesting story. I don't know if Sid will answer it.
Yes, I will. Because, hey,
I don't know if Sid will answer it, but we will ask. It is interesting. Yvonne Amethyst Lotus wants to know.
I love your name.
Who did Sid lose his virginity to, and was it during vaudeville?
No, it was during burlesque, because I had all these strippers. Are you kidding? And they all loved little boys. Little boys. Oh yeah, they look. No, it was in the circus.
Oh, even better.
It was in the circus, and the Helen Rose. She was a famous aerialist and the star of the show. And she loved little young boys. And she had a little person as a bodyguard, you know.
Happy Father's Day!
No, and I've lived a bizarre life.
Yes. Why do you think we have an Instagram show? Because your life is so normal.
No, I got to tell you about asking me questions. I've told you this story before, but I keep telling you, you know, when you get to be my age, you repeat. Old people love to repeat stories.
No.
They're like parrots.
No.
Yeah. And so one day I'm out at Neverland with Michael Jackson. No bodyguards, you know. And he had an open kitchen with 6 chefs. And every time I would come to visit, he said, you know, we went to the health food store. We bought out the whole store. So just order whatever you want and they'll make it, right? And so, and then we'd go into one of the rooms with all the Disney stuff and all of his paintings or whatever. And we were having lunch and he looked over at me, sitting pretty close to me. And he said, can I ask you a real personal question? And I said, Michael, you sure as hell know me by now, right? And Michael, you know I'm going to answer you immediately. And then my subconscious went, holy shit, what's he going to ask me? You know? And he immediately said, Sid, did you ever smoke marijuana? He was like 40 years old. I said, Michael, look into my eyes. Michael, you're 40 years old and you're a musician. You're asking me that question. I said, I invented it. And he said, oh my God, what did it do? I said, you got to be kidding. You know, can you believe that? He was awesome. He was like a little tiny kid. When he came to my house, he'd sit on the floor with a water gun at 40 or whatever he was and shoot it at me. You know? And I have a tree house. Oh my God. That was his favorite place, you know, to climb up in my tree house because he had a tree that he climbed up in, you know, and it was hard. And he said, come on up, come on up. You know.
All right, let's see. Hold on.
An hour.
We haven't been on an hour, but I mean, we started late. We apologize.
At 3:15.
We were
How many
partying.
people are watching? Please?
3.
Oh.
We had 3 people watching.
Oh.
Okay.
And who
As
are
we're
they?
with nobody.
Could I have your names, please?
Wicked Snail Productions. Question: has Sid ever done stop motion animation? Have you ever done stop motion animation?
Of course, Land of the Lost, the dinosaurs. That was, you know, it wasn't the beginning of stop motion, but I mean, it was done like in a garage. It takes forever. Did you see Pinocchio? The Del Toro?
Speaking of people repeating themselves, did you guys see Pinocchio?
The Del Toro Pinocchio. If you didn't, it's the best movie out there. You'll put it on the highest list.
Okay. So happy Father's Day, everybody. For those of you who are joining us who have been sitting here wondering what the hell is going on, Sid and I had an adventure last night. And so Sid is not camera ready. So he gets to play Kelly today. And I'm in front of the camera, which was the best way we could possibly maintain doing the show again. Because the other option was that we just weren't going to do it. And then we decided that we were going to play it by ear today. And here we are, where Sid was like, so it's 3 o'clock. And then we had a bunch of people come in. And then we were like, okay, so now we can't start.
Would you please leave?
Will you please leave?
I'm going live. They said, what the hell are you talking
Yeah, they're like,
about?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, nobody cares. And to Sid,
What's that light switch doing behind you? What is that? Where are you?
I don't even know what oh, I have lights. It's doing nothing. Anyway, so woo.
We're not in my house.
We're not at Sid's house. We are
No,
partying like
my
rock
house is all
stars.
wood.
Sid is not Sid is doing a lot better than he was. So he's feeling better, but he's not 100%. And so that's why he's not on camera. And we could not find enough plaster of Paris to make him look beautiful today for Father's Day. And
well, everybody was at a party. It's
everybody.
We couldn't find a makeup man.
I will tell you this. There's a lot of very and I don't even have anything. I have nothing holding my phone. It's all me. I'm crouched in the corner. But I mean, we were tongue-in-cheek talking yesterday about how we would do a Father's Day show, but here we are. Here we are. So if you guys have any questions for Sid, we will stay on for another 10 minutes. Happy Father's Day to absolutely everybody who is here. Okay, let's see.
Hey, don't be afraid to ask me.
Do you sit and watch all your shows like Puff and Stuff and Sigmund?
Well, in editing, I mean, they have to be edited.
You have to remember, his shows, for the most part, are on DVDs and VHSs. And Sid's home, I don't even know if you have a VHS or a DVD player hooked up to anything. So but the answer...
I have all the...
He has everything. But I will say this. In the very beginning, when we started doing this Instagram show, we didn't have guests. And a few of our very first beginning shows were watch parties. And so we watched...
the Bugaloos.
We did. We watched the Bugaloos. We watched the first Sigmund and the Sea Monsters together. Yeah. We watched Puff and Stuff together.
The first show.
Yes, yeah. And we also watched what was the movie that we watched where they shrunk down, the horror movie?
Dr. Shrinker.
No, the one that Dr. Shrinker was made off of.
Oh my God,
Cyclops. So we rented Dr. Cyclops and we all did a watch party watching it together. And Sid was like, "This is hideous." He's like, "This is the worst." No, we had to fast forward through it.
Yeah, but it was made in 1940. It was the first horror movie that I saw.
Yes.
And then the next one was 1 million BC. Yeah.
So we've done some really interesting things. And also, just so that you guys know, we had posted Les Poupées de Paris on his Instagram the other day. And underneath it, for those of you who noticed, we did ask if you guys would want to do a listen party. And the reason why I said that was we had somebody who found one of the original recordings of the actual show Les Poupées de Paris. This is not the record. This is the music when you walk in. This is the music that brings all of the acts together.
And there were big, huge stars.
This is the music of Les Poupées de Paris. And I had it digitized. And I sat and only played a very, very small portion of it for Sid.
Of romance.
I didn't even tell him what I was doing. And he sat there and his eyes got big like a child. I've never seen anything like it. These are these behind the scenes moments that I try to capture with you guys.
That was pretty spectacular. That ice skater, if you watched it, that was real ice below her. That's how crazy I was.
He's still crazy. It's not crazy how crazy he was. He's crazy. But he was listening to the songs and his eyes got big. And he looked at me and he's like, "What is this?" And then it transitioned into the song and he went, and he like sat there and I could see it playing in his head. If you watch somebody while something plays back to them that is like magical to them.
That was 1964.
And then he went, and that's where the girls had the maracas with their boobs. And he's like this. And he's like, "Where did you find this?" And it was like, I played 30 seconds of it and I thought, we have to do this as a watch party. I cannot let him listen to this whole thing and like not let you guys experience what I experienced.
In that score that was written by Sammy Cahn and Jimmy Van Heusen, that wrote a huge amount of hits. They wrote a song called "Love is a Boar," and Pearl Bailey was the star of Les Poupées de Paris. That was the 3rd or 4th edition. And she sang a song called "Love is a Boar." And guess what? Barbara Streisand recorded it. And it's on her People's album. And it came from a puppet show. And it was her first big hit, "Love is a Boar." So, hey, I've been around, haven't I? I've done some crazy stuff.
Have you?
Yeah.
Sid's been around. Where have you been around, Sid? What crazy stuff have you done? Okay, any good Studio 54T?
Oh God, I could get in, you know, and you know how I got in? I was in New York and I was with some people and there were it seemed like thousands of people in the street. This is the first time. And a friend of mine said, why are we standing in fucking line? Give him your business card, the doorman. I said, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. And they talked me into it. And I gave him my Christmas card. My Christmas card. My Christmas
Sid
card.
walks around giving people his Christmas cards.
No, my.
I'm going to have you do that. I'm going to just give you a Christmas card.
And you know what?
Here's my Christmas
He called
card.
the owner out. He said, oh my God, you know, and we just walked in. So every time I was in New York, boy, can I tell you stories about what happened up in the balcony or in the basement. Oh my God. You know,
if he doesn't share, I'll get the stories out of him. Don't worry about it.
It was like the burning of Rome.
Okay, Parrot Treasure Chest wants to know, Sid, still living that rock and roll lifestyle? Yes, he is. That's why you see me today. You see me because Sid was up all night long, partying like a rock star, having people serve him, take care of him.
Well, now you're exaggerating.
I'm not. But yes, I am. Okay, here we go. Animatronics weren't working today. The animatronics are not working today. It's hard to find a makeup artist in the ER.
In the ER. Oh, is that where they think I am?
Well,
Yeah.
probably should have been. Sid, this is Darren. I always wondered if you knew or worked with animation genius Raymond Frederick Harryhausen.
Harryhausen. Never worked with him, but I sure as hell know who you're talking about.
There you
Wow,
go.
Yeah.
We are never going to answer who the best sex Sid ever had was.
I knew that was going to come up. Oh,
that is, you just leave it at that. He knew it was going to come up. There you go. Okay, I got to go. Feel better. Thank you, Bionic Dave.
Do they think I'm that attractive? I mean,
oh,
come on.
There are people who love old men.
No, but I was really, when I was young, I got a lot of attention.
I bet you did.
Yes, I did.
I bet you did.
And I knew a lot of movie stars.
I bet you did.
And I got to tell you, this is before the paparazzi and what used to go on in Hollywood. Holy shit.
There you go. From the horse's mouth to God's ears. Next week, are you going to answer questions again and bring people on? You know what? We don't know. Next week is a coin toss. It depends on how Sid's doing, if he's maintaining his tequila intake or not. But if it's a possibility, we may be able to do a Q&A show with Sid.
But why? Ask us the question
because
now.
They don't get to see you now. They love
seen me for 3 years.
I see you all the time.
You know, and somebody yesterday said, oh my God, you look so good. I said, oh, please, you need to get new glasses. I have a mirror now. Oh, give me a break.
Okay.
Send me a picture when you're 94.
Okay, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Oh.
We're here.
And I'm so happy that you tuned in because I would have been so hurt if we didn't come on. You know, I was looking forward to it.
And about, I would say 4 hours ago, we were really debating like how we would do this. And in the morning, Sid was like, just tell everybody that, you know, I'm really sorry. And I'm like, that's never going to happen. You guys would probably freak out if I came on here and I was like, hey, it's just me. Sid's really sorry. It just doesn't feel good. You guys would be like, what? So I was
No,
like,
I didn't want you to worry. I'm fine.
he is.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's okay. He's just had
Wow.
one of his circus acts went wrong. And so here we are. Okay.
We've been on an hour, right?
Yes. Well, no, not yet, but yes. Let's see. He's got stories. Yes, he does. Did you hang out with Harry Langdon? And did you ever work with Jonathan Winters?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I love Jonathan Winters. What a funny, funny man. I think we had him on either the Donnie Marie show, I think so, or the Brady Bunch Hour.
Why aren't any...
Not Pink Lady.
Why aren't all of your old kid shows being redone today? It seems like a lot of people would want to do that.
Because I don't like reboots, you know? We already did it, and they're classics. And reboots, for me, hardly ever. When they do it with a movie, you know, and, you know, there's so many great books out there, and they do a movie of it, and I go, oh my God, why did they ruin this?
Just like what he said, you know, you have a baby and you think it's great and it does great, and to then be like, oh, I'm going to make another baby that's going to be just like that one. It's never like that one. Yeah. So for him, you know, in a lot of the talks that we've had and going through these things, you know, it's an experience, and it was a time, you know, it's its own little time capsule of time, and some things that work way back then don't work now. And even that is, Sid will tell me to go and post something, and a lot of times it's like I have to heavily edit stuff, or there's a lot of things that cannot be posted anymore strictly because it's not politically correct. It's not okay now, and it was totally fine then. How would you rework around that, you know? And why would you when you could make something totally new and different and creative?
And that's what we're working on. Something new. Yeah.
So, okay, anytime you need an excuse, just say Sid's having his balls waxed. Are you having your balls waxed, Sid?
Oh my God, who brought that up? Toilet?
Mr. Crispers. Mr. Crispers says, anytime you need an excuse, just say Sid's having his balls waxed. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. I like putting things on shirts.
I'd wear it.
Sid's having his balls waxed. There you go. Did you have a good relationship with your father?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Sid's dad was his manager.
He was my manager from 1944 to 1949, or the beginning of 1950, when I was in a huge Broadway show, and he had his first, you know, heart attack, and I heard him pass away on the phone because he assisted me, and he didn't feel well that day. It was a matinee at the Center Theater next to Radio City Musical. That show ran for a year. It had a terrible title, but it was a huge.
Was that Howdy, Mr. Ice?
Howdy, Mr. Ice.
There you go.
It was on ice. The whole show was on ice. Sonia Henning. And when I got to the theater, there was a payphone, you know, at the stage door. And I called, and my mom dropped the phone and said, he's just resting. So I heard him pass away. He's just resting. Over and over and over again. So that was a real hard part of my life for quite a while. I stayed in that show because it ran a whole year.
Who was your assistant after that?
A guy named Teddy Kay. He was a musician. And I thought, wow, he could rehearse my music and be my, you know, I only paid no more than $100 a week or $125. Marty didn't join me as my assistant until 1958. You know, what is that? 9 years later. Because my assistant got a better job. And
you weren't paying him enough. You're just being cheap.
That's all I made. You know, if you make $300 a week and you pay him $100.
Wicked Snail Productions. Is Sid Making Something New a show? Yes. If you guys are completely unaware, Sid is the creative, crazy mastermind of many, many things. And he does. He literally sits down and just, he writes out all of his dreams. He'll sit down. One of the big shows that he's currently working on right now, he's working with David Copperfield, was actually in a way because of Instagram. So there you go.
It's got nothing to do, but
it gave him the idea, where I came to his house in the morning one morning, this was years ago, and he was like, I had this dream, I had this idea, and he just like spurted all this stuff out, and it was really fascinating, you know. And of course, like anything, when you create something and you think of something, you have to really chew on it and then, you know, regurgitate it and make it something new. But everything starts from something small. And I guess that's kind of a lesson to learn as well, is a lot of the things that Sid has worked on take years. It takes years, or it takes a team, or it takes both. You know, a lot of the things that come about, you can't
have to come up with it.
Yes, you have the idea, but the thing is instantaneous gratification, thinking of something and creating something and then just putting it out without thinking about it and working on it. Yes, there are times where things can become, you know, spontaneous magic. But for something that's long-term and something that needs to stay a course, you really need to just think about it, focus on it. Sid is always like, just stay focused. And it's true. But in this one, this is a huge project. And that it's something that, you know, he's been working on for several years. And when this one happens, it will be huge. But it's because it's taken a team, and it's taken years, and it's taken.
Blow your mind, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Fasten your seatbelt.
And he has other shows and stuff. Like, he has a lot of shows that he has created, and he and I have been flushing things out, and there's a lot of really fun things coming up. So I'm excited, and Sid's excited. He's like a little kid, so it's great.
Everybody out there, where can you see it?
What, this? Oh,
yeah,
YouTube. On YouTube. Okay, let me see. Janice, we'll see if I can get you to come on one more time, because I know it said that it wouldn't let us connect. But I am going to do that. And then I'm going to run through the questions. If we didn't get to them, we're going to do them real quick right now. Next week, we might, depending on whether or not we can get some shellac on Sid, we might do another fan thing. And you'll get to see Sid's face instead of mine.
And see that I'm okay.
And see that he's okay. He is okay. He's just not feeling good. Okay, so here we go.
You think it's because I have a pimple? No, I'm kidding.
Is that what we're calling it?
Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'm too old for that.
Oh, goodness
Those are for
me.
teenagers.
All right. We want to wish absolutely everybody a very, very, very happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. I love everybody out there. To be continued. I hope you had a half good time, because we did.
A half good time.
Because we did.
You know what? I do have to say, this show, every single one of you, you're
the fans, yeah,
means so much to Sid. And I don't think you guys understand at all how much this has rejuvenated him. You guys are like the manure to his field. I mean, He looks forward to every single one of you, all three of you. He looks forward to you guys every single weekend.
How many watched us?
3.
Oh, God.
But he really
Maybe
does.
it'll build up.
I hope
Tell
so.
your friends.
Okay, so what you guys, I know I've said it before because I repeat myself too, but in the very beginning of our Instagram live, the very, very, very first show we did, we went live and we got done and he was like, how many people were on there? And it was like 10. But I was like, it was really good. It was like, and he was like, 3? I'm never doing this again. And here we are, 3 years later, still doing the show from weird and unusual places, because that's what we do.
I want to know what that light switch behind you is.
It's the light up there, but I don't, I don't think it does anything.
Where the hell you are. I don't know where the hell I am.
We've had 3 hours of sleep.
I'll see you next week. I love all of you.
Sid will be here next week. He is doing good. He's just not feeling good. And he decided he just didn't want to put clothes on today. So he's in a Speedo next to the pool, drinking a margarita. We're going to barbecue something disgusting for Father's Day. There's no white walls in Sid's house.
Why didn't you paint that friggin' wall pink or something?
Next time, I'll bring paint to the places that we're at having our parties. So anyway, thank you guys so, so much. Yes, the show must go on, even when you're getting your balls waxed.
No, basketball.
His basketball's waxed. All righty.
Or tennis. I don't play tennis.
I don't know where this is going.
What about ping pong?
Well, tennis balls are fuzzy. We'll go with tennis balls. He's getting his tennis balls waxed. Okay, kids, we're going because,
oh my God, we're way over an hour. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go do some editing. All right, kids, have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Love you.
Love you. To be continued.
To be continued.